It's a new year, 2025. That means it's time for a new experiment. Welcome back to Capitol Bourbon, everyone. My name is Steven. On today's special video, it's 2025. It's a brand new year, and this is our first video. So I thought, let's go ahead and start it out with a brand new experiment for the 2025 year. Since our experiment in 2024 lasted for about 4 months there at the end, and actually turned out to be quite a journey and quite a success, and quite a really fun project and video to make. And I was really happy with the results there. If you missed out, don't forget to check out our experiment in 2024, where we barrel aged some of our own Buffalo Trace here right in this barrel for around 4 months. And we tasted it along the way, and we had some, up and downs there, kind of roller coaster ride of it's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad. And it ends up after 4 years being quite good. And I'm definitely gonna give it away to some of my friends and family. That being said though, if you would like to win a bottle here of our Buffalo Trace that we aged in our barrel there for 4 months, and as you can tell, it's a lot darker than regular Buffalo Trace, and it actually ended up being pretty good there after 4 months of additional double barrel there. All you have to do is subscribe and post a comment on one of my videos from now until the end of January, and then at the end of January, I'll make a video picking out who's gonna win this bottle here of Buffalo Trace that I aged for 4 months in this barrel right here. That being said, it's only 1 entry per video, so if I release 10 videos and you comment once on each video, that's 10 different entries into the lottery there at the very end of this month. But if you comment 5 times on one video, that still only counts for 1 entry per that video. So yeah, definitely please leave a comment down below and subscribe if you want to win a bottle here of Buffalo Trace that's been aged in our own barrel here for 4 months. Back to our normal video here. It is a new year, 2025, so I did want to start something new here in our own barrel here, and something actually just kind of be looking forward to every month, every few months, maybe every half year, to kind of go back and try and kind of have a look back into our past of what we reviewed and what we've done for the previous year, or at least that current year. So with that being said, I did have an infinity barrel here for 2024, which is right here. This is a 55 ounce, I believe, bottle that I got off of Amazon. I believe it has a Yukon, or at least I forget what mountain range it is here, and the bottle, which is kind of unique. But yeah, I believe this one here is a 54, 55 ounce bottle, which, every time I wasn't able to finish a whiskey, or I brought a whiskey home, or it was a new bottle, I would take 1 ounce or however much I had of that, and would just pour it in here and just kind of make an infinity bottle of all a hodgepodge of different things. I know there's some High West Campfire, which is pretty strong. I actually kind of dislike that. Pour that in here, some Everyone's Bottle Bond, some good stuff too, such as Stag, some Weller, some each Taylor I know is in there as well, and also some other bottles that, kind of shelfers like Jack Daniel's Bond and Bond, and some Maker's Mark as well. So first thing I want to do though is to try out this infinity bottle here for 2024. Now that we're going to New Year, I think it's a perfect time to try out our infinity bottle for 2024. And then, yeah, we can talk about our experiment going forward in 2025, but you could probably make some connections going on with this bottle here and then this barrel. So let's go ahead and pour up a sip of this 2024 infinity barrel and see how it was in 2024. All right, we got our glass poured up here of our infinity bottle, and I'm pretty nervous for this. There's a bunch of different whiskeys in here, bunch of rye, bunch of wheated bourbons, bunch of regular bourbons, bunch of everything you can name it. Probably some amber on a cask finish in there too. So let's just go ahead and see how it is on the nose. Very fragrant. Wow. Smells like a strong rye, actually. Yeah, definitely if I was to say you give this to me on the nose, it's kind of in between a rye and a bourbon. To me, it kind of smells like a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, which I absolutely enjoy. Really good on the nose, actually. Really fragrant, really good. Sweet, dill, rye. Wow, that actually smells fantastic. Pretty intoxicating, wow. Little hints of almonds, peanuts, caramel. Really good, wow, really sweet on the nose there too. Let's just go ahead and see how it is on the palate. I'm shocked from that, wow. That's not too bad, that's really not too bad. That's better than some ryes that I've actually tried in 2024, really, to be honest. It's pretty strong there. The finish lasts for a long time. The rye spice does last for a long time. And there's a lot of rye on this one, really. I forget what I poured in it. I didn't think I poured that much rye, but yeah, getting a bunch of rye on this one for some reason. But it's really not that bad. It's pretty sweet. It is a little bit tannic there, though, and the mouthfeel is drying out my tongue, the back of my tongue there a lot. So yeah, it's really tannic, actually, and really rye forward, but it's really not that bad at all, really. As you can tell, probably, I think a perfect experiment for this bottle here, since it's so rye forward and so tannic. I think personally what we should do, especially since I didn't get any recommendations or comments from you guys on my previous video there in 2024 of the results of our barrel age experiment here at Buffalo Trace, is pour this bottle here into this barrel, and I think that will help a bunch out that tannicness and add a bunch more sweetness to our infinity bottle, or infinity collection here, and see how that goes. However, in 2024, I did do the calculations. I poured in about 6 bottles of Buffalo Trace into this barrel, and I think I lost about half a bottle to just me sampling it out and trying it. And I did lose another bottle just to Angel Share in 4 months, with this small barrel here. And there is a vent, can't really see it, but there's a vent on the top shelf there too that blows a good amount of air over across this barrel here. I did end up losing about a bottle, a full bottle, 750 milliliter bottle, just in 4 months, just to angel share from this barrel here. So with that being said though, this is a pretty good size bottle here. However, we will be losing a lot of it to angel share. So I think every 2 months, or at least every once a month, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot and see how it is. For our experiment here, I will be pouring this into this barrel. Every time we open a new bottle, we should be pouring at least 1 ounce into this barrel here, just so we're topping it off and make sure we're not running low or drying out in this barrel. And I think every once in a while, I will grab a couple ounces from different bottles here that I have on the shelf, from the high-end bottles all the way down to the lower-end bottles, just to top it off and make sure we're not drying out and losing a bunch of our whiskey there, and that we're getting a lot of that good concentration of flavor, and we have an actual successful and finished product there at the end of the year and at the end of every month when we kind of sample it out and give it a shot there. I will be recording that and making a big compilation of what goes into this barrel and how the results are every month and at the end of the year in 2025. That's our New Year's resolution here on Capitol Bourbon, is to make this project successful, make this experiment successful, so that we can give away another bottle there at the end of 2025. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pour in our infinity barrel into our barrel here. Make sure we're closed. All right, and in goes our infinity bottle. Wow, that's a lot of bourbon, guys. And that alone right there, I think is probably equivalent to almost 2 bottles of whiskey. Definitely over 1 liter at least, probably 1.2 liters. So close to 2 bottles there of whiskey. That looks pretty good. Get the final drop in there. All right, and there we go. Start of our experiment here for our infinity bottle from 2024, going to 2025 into our new experiment. However, I don't want to stop there, guys. I do have some bottles that we killed here in 2024 that I want to go ahead and pour into this bottle here in 2025. And let's go ahead and do that right now. Our first bottle here is gonna be the Bardstown Origin Series, the black label here, guys. One of my favorite bottles, and I definitely believe this should be one of your shelfers here that you should give to every new bourbon drinker and everyone that comes over your house. Absolutely fantastic here. Let's go ahead and pour this bottle, kill this bottle finally, and pour it into our infinity barrel. Let's go ahead first though and make our own little blend here. So let's pour in the Glencairn. We might need a bigger Glencairn, actually, that filled up quite a bit. Our next bottle here is the Wild Turkey Rare Breed, one of my favorite bottles, and won out on my Thanksgiving Day 2024 blind of a lot of great bottles. It beat out the Russell Reserve 15, the Camp Nelson Single Raquel CNF bottle, as well as a bunch more there too. Let's just go ahead and mix it all up and pour it into our infinity barrel. Not a bunch that time actually, so we might have room, we'll see. Next up, we got the John J. Bowman Single Barrel. This is one of my favorites, absolutely adore this bottle. I have multiple backups of this one just because I think it's that fantastic and that good. And I love sharing this bottle with everyone that comes over. They enjoy it, tastes better than Blanton's in my opinion. So let's go ahead and pour this one in as well and kill it. That hurts, but 2024 was a good year for us. Let's pour that in. Next bottle here is an Eagle Rare 10 year. Let's finish this bottle. I absolutely adore Eagle Rare 10 year. I really love that bottle. A lot of friends love it. A lot of people love it. I think it's a great looking bottle too, and really worth it for the price point if you can find it for around MSRP, which I would probably spend around 45, maybe 50 bucks on a bottle of Eagle Rare. Really good bottle here. Let's see if we can open it though. Cork is a little tight there. Let's pour it into our Glencairn. All right, and our final bottle to finish of 2024 and 2025, going to the new year and going to our experiment here, is a bottle of the Weller 107. Now, I'm absolutely a big fan of this Weller 107. I really, really like it. I think it's a fantastic bottle for the price point. If you find it for MSRP, definitely pick it up. Definitely worth the hunt. But this bottle here in particular, I brought to my engagement party, which I had back in July. A lot of great memories there too. But everyone loved this bottle. Everyone that tried it loved it. We killed the bottle. This is literally what was left over from the engagement party. And I'm surprised we didn't absolutely finish it. Maybe me or someone just decided to leave it there for a little bit. But absolutely great bottle. And I can't keep it on my shelves here going into 2025 just with this much left. I got a brand new bottle. You can probably tell up there. But yeah, just can't keep this a little bit going into 2025. So let's pour it into our infinity blend here. Then you can fit in our Glencairn. And there we go. Weller 107 in. Now, before we pour it into our barrel here, let's just try to give this guy a little bit of a mix. Actually, I do have a little toothpick here from my engagement party still. Let's just go ahead and mix it up using this. Get it fully mixed up there. Let's go ahead and give this little concoction here a quick sample. Let's see how it is on the nose. Sweet. Well, smells like a very sweet bourbon. A mix of, honestly, that John J. Bones single barrel. It reminds me a lot of that, a lot of Blanton's, a lot of the Weller 107, which makes sense since everything we poured in there wasn't really strong or overpowering. But yeah, that's really, really good so far. Let's go ahead and see how it is on palate. That's not bad. I've had plenty of whiskeys, plenty of bourbons that are way worse than that. To me, that is pretty heavy on the spice though. You're getting a lot of clove spices on it. It's really sweet and it's pretty generic. But it's a good bourbon that I would say probably doesn't really have an identity. It's not a cherry bomb, it's not citrus, it's not really oaky. It's just a pretty sweet bourbon there. Pretty watery too though on the mouthfeel and on the palate, but this is not bad at all. Let's get one more sip. I could actually drink this. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Actually, pretty good. Pretty complex, pretty deep there. But, we can't just keep this here. We gotta pour it in our Infinity barrel here. So let's go ahead and pour it in. All right, we got the last drops in there too. All right, last thing to do is to fill up here with our bung. All right, we got our entire Infinity bottle here poured up into this new barrel here for 2025. And we got the bottles that we killed there at the very end of 2024 also poured into this barrel here. Last thing to do is to put it back on the shelf, on the very top shelf here, and let it sit for a while, see how it is in a month, pour some new bourbon and whiskey into this guy, let it sit for another month, and see how it ages over time. All right, guys, I'm really excited here for this experiment in 2025. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy your new year in 2025. I think a lot of great things are going to happen in 2025 for the whiskey community and a lot of things in general there. And once again, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That helps the channel grow significantly, helps me continue making videos for you guys. And once again, comment down below if you do want to win that bottle of Buffalo Trace that we aged for 4 months there in 2024 in this barrel here. I think at the end of the year, after 4 months, it ended up being pretty good. And until next time, guys, Happy New Year. A bunch of great things are going to happen to this channel in 2025. I guarantee it. Enjoy your whiskey. Have a good time. Be safe. Cheers. I'll see you on the next one.